welcome back. Welcome back, welcome back. Hip hop.
The next topic up for discussion is, I'm sure a lot of y'all heard about or read the blog that JD had talking about
Jermaine Dupri.
Jermaine Dupri, I'm sorry.
Jermaine
Dupri, you know, breaking up about how I lost my train of thought. But breaking up about the iTunes, Jay-Z not breaking up his album into singles.
Yeah.
What I want to know is, does everybody agree with the digital revolution that's going on? I mean, is this something that we should be happy for?
Wait. Before we ask that, hold on. Are we talking about just the J album, or are we talking about the entire?
What did JD say?
JD basically said, "Look, I'm glad that Jay-Z took a stand against iTunes by not breaking up his album into singles."
Right.
Now, also on top of that, are we mad at the labels for going against or trying to fight against the digital revolution that's coming about, or are we, you know what I mean?
Does anybody have a problem with Jay not breaking his album up on iTunes?
You gonna start? Go ahead, start.
No, I'm asking. Let's just put that out there.
Do anybody
first?
Does
anybody think it was a problem?
I really don't care.
Did not break his album.
I really don't care because I'm gonna get it regardless.
I don't have a problem. I think he should. He did the right thing. He shouldn't have broken.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care.
I think that it's a concept album. I mean, me and we already had this discussion. I mean, it's cool because it's a concept album.
Right.
They don't get the concept.
Right.
But I think for an artist outside, if it was just a regular album, why not break it up? It should be a choice. You know what I mean? But it's still, at the end of the day, it should be the artist's choice.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Because some artists is gonna feed off of some of their singles, pushing more than the singles would actually push more as singles than it would as an album.
Yeah.
You know.
But see, again, that goes back to what JD said in the blog about that shit. You as an artist, you're Jay-Z. You put that project together. That shit baby in its entirety. JD compared it to a Warhol painting. When shit's being auctioned and homie comes in and says, "You know what? I only want the right corner of that shit."
I
don't
agree.
need the rest
I
of it."
agree with that. But what I'm saying is you got an artist who's been around in the game, who's known for making classic albums, but then you also got to look at the artist who's trying to break into the game.
Yeah.
You know, if he can't afford to have the best producers on every track, you know, he got some good stuff and he got some bad stuff. He might do better with just selling them as singles.
Now, that some good stuff, some bad stuff. Why not have all good stuff?
But what I just said
I also say that. Now, I agree because it's Jay-Z. Like, yo, do what
Jay-Z.
you feel. But me, I honestly, genuinely feel, why not break it?
Right.
Why not?
All it is singles.
Everything. If you, to me,
But
outside of him being Jay-Z, just say he was just a regular artist, right? You telling me you can't make up every song that's hot? Like, you only.
Well, but then if we do that, then isn't every album a classic album because everything is hot all the way across? Like, that's not going to happen.
No,
That's not going to happen. Nobody's ever going to
Graduation was a classic album.
You can't get every.
So you saying that's impossible?
I'm saying it's impossible for every artist to make 15 hot tracks an album.
Every artist is not going to do that.
It does-
Because every artist right now is
That
not
said
going to do it.
something good. He said, "What did you say?"
It's basically singles.
But see, that was the title of the blog. Albums are more than a collection of singles.
But that's what people are doing.
Shouldn't they be?
They should be.
They should be, yeah.
The album should tell a story
The album
all the
should
way
be an
through. The
album.
problem is everybody's putting out ringtone music.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? For the purpose of selling singles. That's all they want. That's all they can do right now.
I wouldn't put it.
What would you
I mean,
constitute as a single? Though?
But
Like,
we're not talking about the
You're talking about the
artistry.
demand of it.
I'm talking about
means, you know,
I'm talking about people are putting out music for
Let's talk
either.
about the artistry in it. Fuck the active
The
market.
business part of that.
Let's talk about the artistry in it.
Mhm.
You go in, she's giving me X amount of dollars to get my album done.
Right.
What am I going to do with that money?
Right. You gotta allocate. You know
I'm going to make songs
Right.
about what? How am I going to, once I got all 5, 10, 15 of my songs, how am I going to package them together and push this as a whole? Not, I got
Wait, but if we're talking about the artistry, why are we talking about the whole pack? Like, if you say, give me this money, what am I gonna make songs about? What do you mean?
No, what I'm saying is packaging that as a whole. Like you said, it's collection. It's a bunch of singles. We call it singles, individual songs, or is it a whole package?
Right.
When you make an album as this is the collection of my thoughts, my life, my experiences, what have you. I'm pushing out as a whole. Why would you even make some shit that somebody would want to take apart and not take you into you and your whole lifestyle?
I think by saying that, it's kind of like overreacting. Because it's like, to me, it's like, dude, if you could come out, to me, I don't look at it as single as in a commercial, as the way the commercial, I guess, ability of the song. Like, to me, a single is a good song. That's the way I view a single.
Yeah.
But everybody else views it, I guess, as the label does, as marketability.
What's your radio every time?
But if you look back, a good album is a good album whether you break it up or not. That's my point.
You're right.
Why shouldn't you be able to go and break up an album?
Because
if it's not as hot.
if he broke it up, if it was a good album and he broke it up, they would still buy the whole thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Some people would, but if I hear this song on the radio, and then if I'm a common consumer, I turn on BET, MTV, on the radio, and I hear Rock Boys and this, and I don't get to hear the rest of the song. I'm going to go online and just get my songs that I like and never even know
Now,
if
watch
it's
this.
good album.
Now, a genuine J fan is gonna get the album regardless if you break it up.
He just
So
said-
I said common consumer.
Because there's no fan base in hip hop.
You got fans
There's
out
no
there.
fan base
No,
in hip-hop.
You got fans out there, just that people that just like good music. And if you got somebody that let's step outside of rap for a second, right? Like the Beatles. You got people still buying their music to this day, broken up or what?
Because those genres of music have fan bases. Hip hop doesn't have
Hip
that.
hop doesn't have a fan
Hip hop
base.
does not have
Not as that
identically.
deep.
Right.
Not somewhere that
Because
you
our
got the
music
same
is
group of people here that might buy it now, they're gonna run to something else now.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's like we're all it's just mixed in one
And
box.
the Eagles, the band we were talking about earlier, came out same day as Britney Spears. They came out October 30th. They're already 3 plat. They have a fan base. That genre of music can do that.
Because some people buy into them as an
Exactly. We don't do that as
But I think you're making a blanket statement by saying
like,
that nobody in hip hop.
I'm saying if you take
hip hop.
I'm saying you take the top hip hop person, which is supposedly Jay-Z right now, who's got about 600,000 copies sold, versus the Eagles, which is a great rock band who has 3 million sold. That's not a blanket statement, dog. That's taking the top of this versus the top of this and saying they have a fan base. This guy clearly
Jay-Z has sold millions of records, dog.
I think they both.
I can't agree.
He
They
has
both
sold
have
his
fan bases. Wait, y'all both prove good points. They both have fan bases, but the difference is now if you break up an album, I like Jay enough to get the songs that I like. I don't love him enough
Think about it though.
to get the album.
Exactly.
Now,
But that's what we mean by hip hop's fan base.
right now. So hip hop's fan base, we like your songs.
We don't love
your joints because if I like 50's whole album, but I don't like number 11,